books. I'll be doing this pretty regular between now and another month, and then I'll probably take a break as I'm reading through some of my other books that are on the chopping block and gather up another set of books as I go. So in this second declutter, I have 7 books that are going. Some should not be a surprise, and some are new that I have not shared on my channel, I don't think. So the first one, again, should be no surprise. I talked about it. It was in pretty far down on my ranking of my last month's books. This is Claimed by Shadow by Karen Chance. I just couldn't bring myself to read it. I could not get myself into it. I tried for 2 or 3 months to read this book, and it wasn't happening, so she's got to go on to someone else who is going to give her the attention that she needs. The second book, this is by Shannon Drake. This is No Other Man. I believe I had it in 1 or 2 previous TBRs. Never interested me enough to pick it up. But not that it's a bad book, but again, my tastes have evolved over the years. This was back in my early 20s to late 20s when I was really into historical romance, but I'm no longer reading much of that anymore. So this one's going to be moving on. Along with it, another book out of that same series by the same author, No Other Woman. Again, same reason, I'm just not into the historical romance, so this one's also being passed on. This book I read once, was really wanting to really like this book. This is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. Again, it came out a few years ago. I know there is a movie off of this book. But it was really weird. It had some things that I didn't think were going to be in it, that I had actually bought it to be able to put on my bookshelves in my classroom library, but some of the content that I picked up, I didn't want my students to pick up on it as well. So some things I just didn't think were appropriate for the middle school. I have not watched the movie, so I don't know if they edited that part out and changed it or not, but some really not appropriate things, in my opinion. Again, this is my opinion, so I don't have a desire to read that book again, so she's going to be moved on. This is one of my Bookcase Club books. I tried to read this. I tried, but it's just the type of content that I'm just not into. It's, again, it's I think more of an age, not that it's a badly written book. It's just not the type of high school-ish things that I want to read about. Again, it's Beast by Bree Spangler. A younger reader may enjoy this, like say a late high schooler, maybe early or new adult, I think is what they call it now. Early 20s may enjoy this more. I just could not get myself through that book. Again, the last 2 are from my Bookcase Club. I did an independent review on this book, and this is why I did not enjoy it. This is Any Minute Now by Eric Van Lustbader. I really thought I was going to enjoy it, but it's too involved. And that kind of sounds shallow, but I'm not a reader who wants to keep charts of how many different names a character has to keep them all straight, and that's why what happens with this book. It is kind of a military-esque mystery. It has a little bit of alchemy type stuff thrown in. It's very different, very, very different of what I did get to read or got through myself. But again, I didn't enjoy it because I couldn't keep the characters straight of all of their alter ego names and all of that stuff. So not a book for me, but if you are into that and you love how everything twists and turns and all the different names, then you may enjoy it. It's just not for me. This last book that I am decluttering is called Happiness for Humans by P.Z. Risen. Again, back when I did read this over the summer, I don't know if I did an independent review on it, but I know I did give a negative review within my wrap-up of this, which this one was in. I don't remember this specific one. But in one of my summer wrap-ups, this one got a very negative review on it. It was so ugly done. It was very intriguing. I liked the idea of the book, an AI system and all artificial intelligence bringing two humans together. But the human side of the story was so robotic and so flat that it was not interesting to read. The computers actually had a little bit more emotion than the actual people did, so it was just a turn off for me. I just couldn't muddle my way through it. I tried and I didn't get very far, and I had to put it down. So I did DNF that book as well. Anyways, these are all the books and the reasons why they are leaving my collection. Someone may enjoy them better, so I don't want to keep hold of them if I know I'm not going to pick them up again. So that is those books. If you enjoyed today's video, give me a thumbs up. I hope you consider subscribing if you have not already. And click on the notification bell so that you are notified of all my future content. And until my next video, I hope you have a good one. Bye!